So today, I want to share something that is very near and dear to my heart. And everything that is shared here on this video is protected by the laws of nature and nature's God. And I'm going to share some things of personal experiences that I've had. Specifically, a personal experience that I had in 2021 when I almost died. And I was so sick with whatever you want to call it. It was very demonic, and we all know what was going on during that time from 2020 till 2024, this is January the 3rd, I believe. Today is January the 3rd, 2024, and this happened to me in 2021, the summer of 2021. And we all know what was going on between 2020 and today's date. What happened to me was I got so sick for 6 weeks that I thought I was going to die. I had totally surrendered to the fact that I was going to leave this planet. I was going to leave my family behind. And I was 42 years old. See, I was 41 years old. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, I think I was 41 years old at that time. Not that that's a big deal, but anyway, what I'm trying to say is I was, in my eyes, I was pretty young to die. And I experienced some things that I'm going to share here, and especially I'm going to share it for men. To help men understand that we all live on the same planet called planet Earth. And we, as men, have a lot of the same battles. And I'm going to expose myself here a little bit in this video. We'll just see where it goes. I'm very passionate about this, what I'm about to share. And it doesn't matter if women want to watch this, it's totally fine. It's not just for men. But what I'm saying is I'm primarily talking to men because it's time that we as men understand that if we hide all of our skeletons in the closet and we somehow think that they will not get exposed, whether it be here before we die or after we die, and your family is left to pick up the pieces because you as a man didn't step up. And I'm not preaching to anybody on this video here. I'm just merely sharing an experience that I personally experienced, and I was showing some things that helped me understand to a deeper level the spiritual realm, and also who us as men were created to do on this planet. We all have a journey, we all have different experiences as men, but for the most part, we battle with a lot of the same things. And what I'm going to talk about today primarily is your testosterone level and how important it is, and what I was showing personally. And I'm not sitting here saying that it's the same for every man, but I'm just saying I was showing that a lot of men battle with this, but it's uncomfortable to talk about. And here I am on a video putting myself out there and sharing some of my experiences, not because I want to impress anybody, but I want to impress upon you. It's okay to be authentic, and it's okay to expose yourself, even if you think that it will attack your character or attack you as a human being. Because in the society that we live, it's not a secret, we live in a fake society, and it's really hard to put yourself out there and admit that you might battle with porn addiction, or you might battle with an alcohol addiction, you might battle with financial problems, You might battle with being a good business owner. You might battle with being a good dad to your children. You might battle with insecurities of not knowing if you're enough for your wife, if you have a wife. And if you don't have a wife, that's fine. I'm just saying, I personally have a wife and 4 children. And I've had a lot of insecurities in my life. And I've had a lot of addictions. I've had alcohol addiction. I've had we'll just call it sexual immorality addictions for a lot of my life. And if you haven't dealt with any of those things that I've just mentioned, that's great. Consider yourself very blessed if you've never battled with any of those things. That's very, very, very much a blessing for you, whoever you are. I will say that's commendable if you've never battled with those things. And when I got so sick in 2021, I was attacked in a very dark way, spiritually dark. We'll just say that it was spiritual darkness. That's just what we'll call it for this video. And if people want to come attack me personally after I put this video out for the world to see, then maybe I'll just take it back down. I don't know, but I'm creating this video specifically to help other men. Now, the reason I got this drawing up here on the board is because it helps me to explain my message a little bit. Part of my message anyway. I just put it on the board there because it helps me to kind of get it out and explain what I want to say. I know it's nothing fancy, but authentic is usually better than fancy and fake. So anyway, right here in this circle was my brain. And I was showing this in a out-of-body experience. I was showing what was happening to my body one night. I was being attacked spiritually. Very crazy experience. In here was my brain, right in here in this circle. And these little dots right here going, numerous dots, dark dots, were leaving my brain. This was my brain and my mind, everything that controlled my entire... I was being shown that if I lose... These were my brain cells. These little dots were going away from my body in a physical way. And I sat on a chair and watched it happen to myself. And I had been sick for about 6 weeks up at this point already. Really sick, like deathly sick. Told my wife that I want to talk to her. I called her to my side and I said, I got to tell you some things, because if I live through this situation that's attacking me right now, my brain and my mind will never, ever come back. I will be like a vegetable. And it was increasing at a very rapid pace. Literally every 30 seconds, I would get less clarity on how to talk and tell her what I wanted to tell her. And my brain was literally wasting away in front of my eyes. And I was being shown that if in the next 30 minutes or so-ish, it will be over. Even if I'm alive, I will not be able to comprehend anything for the rest of my life. These little dots were leaving my brain, like I said. And my mind, after this, just a second. My mind, after those dots were done, my wife had been praying over me and all these things and trying to get it to stop. And later, a little bit later, a few minutes later, 20, 30 minutes later, we had a bunch of other men come over anyway, and we prayed over me, and about an hour later, it released me. And obviously, I lived through it because here I am talking to you. So what this led to make a long story short, so this video is not an hour long because I could sit here an hour and talk about this because it was a very life-changing experience for me. I remember sitting there after it released, after the dark forces released whatever they were. And because I couldn't walk, I couldn't help myself. I could hardly talk for like an hour. I could like mumble and get some words out, get the point across. And after it got all over with, I jumped up out of the chair and I said, "It's gone." And I was excited. I started running. I started rejoicing because I knew at that point in time that I was never going to be the same. And I had won whatever was attacking me. I realized at that moment that I had won the battle. And there was going to be a bigger message after this for me for the rest of my life. And I was scared. I was scared. I didn't want to be the person that I was being shown that there's going to be a message for me to tell other men about my experience because of what I experienced. And here I am making this video. I am not comfortable making this video at all. And I'm not doing it to create fame and fortune. I'm here to help other men know that it's okay to expose yourself. I had brain fog like I had never had in my entire life after this night that this happened to me, after these brain cells had left my body. And I had brain fog to the point where I could be driving down the road and I forgot where I was going. And I would have to call my wife and ask her, where was I going to go today? What was I going to go do? Because I had lost my memory to the point where I could hardly run my business anymore for about 6 months. And it got so bad to where I knew that I had to do something because I had a message for other men. And I couldn't get the message out, what I experienced, because of the clarity and my energy level, my testosterone level had gone away. It was done. It was depleted. And I was always tired, physically, mentally drained, never had much clarity. And what it led to is I started drinking raw liver with 4 other ingredients in it. Either 4 or 5 other ingredients. I think it was nutritional yeast that I mix in it, water, raw chicken liver. The other thing was cherry flavored syrup to help disguise the liver flavor. And by the way, I've hated liver my entire life, and I still hate it to this very second. I despise liver. I don't like liver at all. But I had to do something. And it was recommended to me by someone that I could try it. So I did, because I didn't want to live the rest of my life with no clarity and brain fog. And what I learned is, when I was so sick, is that if men don't figure out after the things that were going on in 2020 up until now, if men in society don't figure out how to get their testosterone levels back up and their clarity and their brain fog in one way, shape, or form, however they do it, doesn't have to be liver. I'm just saying liver is what I did. And I'm not sitting here saying that liver, drinking raw liver and mixing all this other stuff together and putting it into a blender and drinking it is going to work for you. But it worked for me, and it changed my life forever. It brought back clarity and energy and testosterone like no other. I felt like I was a teenager again after I drank it. I took it for 2 weeks every day, and then I quit. And now I only do it as I feel that my body needs it. I drink it every 3 weeks or so, 3 or 4 weeks, sometimes 5 weeks in between drinking one tall glass of it now. It's like I said, has changed my life in many ways. And what I learned over the years, and I might go into this more in another video later, but I'll touch on it now because we're talking about liver. Over the years, I had learned, because of an accident I had when I was 21 years old. I damaged my spleen, my lung, tore my stomach away from my diaphragm, had 9 ribs that were dislocated, and I coughed up blood for like 12 years, frequently. And I learned a lot about the human body during that time. Someday maybe I'll make a video that's just based on that, of my experience in that, but it's a really long story. And one more thing that I will say about the liver. It's for clarity, energy, and testosterone. And it will also remove, or it did for me, it removed inflammation out of my body, my joints, my back, and all that stuff. When I drink it, I can tell the difference. I can literally tell a difference in inflammation in my body. And it will cleanse sugar also out of your body, old sugars and stuff. It'll help cleanse, get old sugars out. Sugar, by the way, will also reduce your testosterone level if you eat too much sugar, or even any sugar at all. I mean, we all know that's really hard to avoid, but just FYI, that's been my personal experience. Again, I'm not here to recommend that anybody drink this concoction with raw liver. I'm not here to make any recommendations. I'm making this video because I have a heart for other men. And if you've never dealt with testosterone levels, like brain fog, etc., not being where that's good. Count yourself lucky and blessed. I've had quite a few men that have reached out to me and wanted me to explain my experience, so I finally thought I would. So I guess we'll see where it goes. I hope it can help someone. Something else that I was going to mention. Your liver. It will also cleanse your liver, is what it's done for me. It's cleansed my liver by drinking raw liver. And liver cleans your blood. Your liver in your body cleans your blood. That's part of its job. And life is in the blood. If your liver cleanses your blood the way it's supposed to, and it's functioning correctly, this has been my own personal experience, then you will have more energy because there's oxygen in your blood, and your blood flow is the way it's supposed to be if there's oxygen there the way it's supposed to be. But if your liver's not working right, then you're going to have dirty, gunky, clunky blood, and you're going to feel dirty and glunky and clunky and dunky and dumb. You're going to feel brain fog. So something else that I also did over the years is I did liver cleanses. And there's many different liver cleanses out there you can do, but if anybody on this video watches this video and they want to know exactly the recipe for a liver cleanse and drinking liver, you can leave a comment on this video, or if you know me personally, reach out to me. I will be glad to share it. But again, I'm not making any recommendations that you do this. I'm only sharing this because I know that other men battle with these things. And I'm exposing myself on this video. Again, I can't stress this enough. I'm exposing myself. I'm going out on a limb sharing all this about my personal experience. I'm only doing it to help other men or society in general. Leave a comment on this video if you want to reach me, or if you know me personally, reach out to me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. Just look up Glenn Beachy, GLENNBEECHY on Facebook, and message me or something. And I will do what I can to get you the recipes, or I will direct you to the person that introduced me to this stuff. I hope and pray that this video will help 1,000 men. I hope it'll help 10,000 men. I hope it'll help. And then if you get results from it, you guys introduce it to other men and keep it going so that we can eventually make an effect in society for men that struggle, that don't want to talk about this stuff because it's uncomfortable. Sex talk is uncomfortable. Anything sexually related is uncomfortable to talk about. But I'm here to tell you we're sexual beings, and that's no secret. It's time that us as men, for myself, I've decided we have to step up and talk about some of these things and expose ourselves. That's what I've gotten so much freedom since I started talking to other men about this stuff, but this is the first time I'm ever sharing it on a video. And anyway, I'll stop rambling now. I hope that this will help someone. If it does, like I said, leave a comment on my YouTube channel here or wherever you see this video. Hit the like button, and I would love to hear some testimonies from me sharing this. Be blessed and stay authentic and live a great life.